Hello, my name is Noel Gonzalez, and I'm part of the List Your Property team for Breezone 5.0. In this video, you'll get a quick look at some of the things we did. You'll get a look at the code, and I'll give you some tips on how to proceed if you do decide to work on the List Your Property features. So, List Your Property, our team. The original goal was to, of course, list your own properties. So basically, add new properties into the system. We also did editing and deleting of the properties. And you might think, that's already done, and there's nothing else for you to do. But there's actually a lot of things that you can work on. Something to note: we also did a lot of work outside of the scope of what I just said. But it was just a bunch of very specific things here and there, right? It wasn't like a standalone feature. It was just a bunch of spread out different things. So it's not really the main goal of the team. But yeah, something that I have to point out. Let's take a quick look at the code and where you should expect to be working if you do decide to work on these features. So in the API, let's start with the API because there's not a whole lot going on there. Although if you do decide to do security, you might need to go in there a bit more. So in the real estate, the views, open that with Visual Studio. Should take a moment here. Oh, actually, before that. So, before you watch this video, you should already have an idea of how Breezone works and whatnot. And what I open here is the API backend. And two things that you do need to look at are the model Python file. And I suggest in the future you do change the model because there's a lot of limitations with the current model. I'll go over that in a second. But you'll basically be maybe touching the model file and the views as well. Where is it? There's a section here with the property, which I didn't really do much in, but I kind of pinpoint exactly what needs to be done to do some features that I'm going to talk about in a moment. Is it property? Property is not really going to work because everything is property. Yeah. Maybe my name. Yeah, here we go. So a feature that I recommend you guys in the future work in is adding security to some of these features, because right now you can just do whatever. Maybe adding admin, checking if it's an admin for some of these. That's definitely something that that's easily doable, and it's a meaningful contribution. So that's a great place to start for sure. So I'll talk about the model real quick, I suppose. So right now, the property. I know this is an intro video. It's not the shortcoming video, but just to give you an idea of some of the things you can be looking at and where are these files that you have to edit and whatnot. So like just a quick about the property. There is no like owner for the property. So maybe if you wanted to do the same owner can delete, you can't really do that right now because there is no owner field. But that's something that can be changed. So yeah, models Python, views Python are probably the only two files that you have to work with in the API. And most of your work is going to be in the desktop application. And it's not going to be, it's also not going to be a bunch of files. It's just going to be a couple. Most of your work should probably be in, where is this? Property.js. Where is it? It's not scrolling for some reason. Okay. Yeah, property.js. Take a look at that real quick. So you'll probably be working here. As you can see, there already exists a create function. There's a lot of ways you can improve this. And this is like a huge model. Edit, update, delete. So you'll probably be working on here. I think my code is pretty well written, as in it's at least understandable, very easy to understand, especially compared to some of the other things people have wrote. There's a couple of cryptic things here, and that's because it's just how it was when I got here, kind of thing. The way, like, the syntax for the controller and all that, and I also have to do a custom action because of the way the API works. Blah blah. I'm not gonna talk about that now. But basically, property.js is probably where you're gonna be working a lot. Another file you're gonna be working with a lot, definitely going to be the views, and more precisely, maybe the property HTML. Well, this is actually the new property, the forum page. I'm not sure if you're gonna touch that, but you probably will, because the forum page is not the greatest. Let's take a look at it in the actual website. Oh, another thing, you should probably have I mean, you should probably look at the video, which tells you how to set up and get a local environment running. But I basically just open up two of these and just leave them on the entire time. So yeah, the forum page is not the greatest, so that's something that you can work on as well. So my tips for you guys, if you do decide to work on List Your Property, or actually, well, in any project, in any sub-project in Breezone, try to select maybe 3 meaningful features, and just try to get those instead of trying to do too much. Doing too much is usually really bad because everything comes out bad. Then you're rushing because you don't have time to set up the documentation and whatnot. So like, try to take it slowly and make sure you're caught up on your documentation. Make sure that you know, you're there at all the meetings, you know, all that stuff. And you don't have to kill yourself with the amount of features that you have to put into the system. Just enough to say that you're contributing and your contribution was meaningful. As long as it's meaningful and not like okay, an example of something that isn't meaningful, maybe you change a static page. Obviously that's not meaningful. But adding a feature, like for example the security, or adding the owner to the properties, and even though that's not actually that meaningful, but maybe if you do something with that, you know, that can be meaningful as well. So don't kill yourself, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I actually really recommend that you work on the list your own features, and maybe that's biased because that's my team, and I created this team from scratch. You know, I created the property controller and all that. But I think it's you know, it's not too like difficult to understand, and I think you can get some real meaningful contributions from it. And yeah, I highly recommend that that you choose List Your Own. Check out our other videos, and also check out the main Breezone videos, so you can get an idea of what to do and what your goals are for the semester. And I wish you good luck.